Hey everybody, it's me, DaAuraWolf, and welcome to this special little video I decided to put together about my opinions on the big news we got today in the world of Pokemon. And if you're wondering why I have a Torchic here, we'll get into that later. Okay, so they dropped this big old news on us today for Pokemon. Some people were thinking, oh, we're going to get Ruby Sapphire remix. Yeah, Ruby Sapphire remix. Get to live nostalgia. You have like a stripped down nostalgia lane. In which I get to use I was like thinking like, oh, I get to use a Torchic again. I get to go stroll back to nostalgia lane. It's my very first Pokemon, a Torchic. Yes, Torchic was my first Pokemon. And it was mainly because of May and the anime. But others were thinking, well, we're going to get the 6th generation of Pokemon. It's time to move on to the 6th generation. Because we've got 3DS. And console jump between generations will be crazy. But the news came, and what we got was some pretty cool looking games. Actually, we got Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. What's the next? Pokemon Z for sequel. It's a green legendary Pokemon. But let's say Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. The names, they might sound crazy, because Pokemon X, it's like, oh, that's actually, I thought it was kind of crazy, and it was like, well, first off, compare, like, Pokemon X, and then we have Mega Man X, and like, oh, the main character's going to be about a Maverick Hunter, isn't it? But no, X and Y, actually think they're kind of cool names, after I just thought about it. But we don't know about the plot yet. But after we find out about the plot, we'll probably more sink in about how X and Y is. I think it's kind of interesting that the colors are blue and red. And also this is the first time there's going to be a generation in full 3D. Could this be related to 3D with the red and blue color scheme? We do not know. All we know is that it's going to be on the 3DS. And also what we learned to know is the starter Pokemon. Which I'd say, this is probably the first time I've ever thought, man, all them starters look pretty cool looking. The base form. Because I remember, like, whenever I first saw Snivy, Oshawott, and Tepig, I was like, well, I like Snivy more. Tepig's look, meh. And Oshawott, what is that? It's the ugliest thing ever. In which I came to realize, Oshawott is pretty cool. Because it evolves into Duat. And Duat is a cool herb. And Duat then evolves into Samurott, which is the coolest looking final form of the universe starters. Because it's a bipole otter with a sword. With 4 swords. But I'd say, let's break down what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to break down the starters. So first off, we got the grass-type starter Pokemon, Chispin. Which looks kind of to me like, kind of more like of a chipmunk. Kind of look like a smaller Duat grass-type Pokemon. Which I'd say, it jumped out. It's like, it didn't jump that much out for me about how cool it is, but I'd say it's kind of cute looking. I just think it's more like, kind of reminds me like something like of a grass type Oshawott type deal, which I say that's cool. But we still don't know what its final evolution is. We don't know the evolutions yet. The final evolutions do have to say to play some major role. Or, knowing my luck, I'll probably pick which one's better in the anime right now. Because that's why I picked Torchic. And that's why I also picked Piplup. That's also why I picked Oshawott, of all Pokemon. Whenever I first caught up in it. But here's my, what I got, like, thinking what they're going to do, like, in the anime, was his voice for Chispin. Chispin! 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 Something like that. But our next starter I'm gonna dig into and just detail and break it down for you is the fire type starter Fennekin. Which I'd say Fennekin Kind of looks like a small fire-type Zorua looking Pokemon, which I say that is pretty cool looking. Because Zorua was super cute. You can see him in the background too. And also, it's kind of reminds me kind of much like a Vulpix kind of, but more like of a Lynx fire-type Pokemon. Because it's like, in its Japanese name, it's Finks, which is technically like fire and Lynx. So that could be cool. You can get like a Pokemon like Shinx, like a fire-type Shinx. Fox, tiny spot fox, which I say is going to be cool. Besides, we could get like, I'm excited for this one's final form. But one thing, give a break on firefighting final forms. I know, yeah, firefighting forms is cool, but Emboar broke the trend. Emboar broke the camel's back. This looks like this Ganondorf. Lucha Libre Ganondorf. that's what Emboar kind of looks like. It's like a Lucha Libre fire type Ganon. kind of. But here we come to the water type starter. And which I have to say, the water type starter, this is the one that actually jumps out. It's like, hey, this is cool looking. This is the coolest looking thing ever. Because it's a water type frog starter Pokemon. And no, it ain't no Poliwrath, Politoed, Poliwag. No! This is what starter, I have to say, is great. It's a water frog. Finally, a cool looking tree frog water starter. Kind of looks like them frog dudes from Wind Waker. I say that's pretty cool looking, but also just the way it looks, the way it acted in battle. It's like, which I have to say, I probably got a feeling that its final evolution is going to be water fighting or water flying, which that would be super cool. Which Empoleon should have been water ice, but hey, it's water steel. I don't know. But next off, we are going to break down some more stuff. So the legendary Pokemon. Whenever I saw Pokemon X, and no, I'm not talking about Lugia. I'm talking about the deer Pokemon that's going to be on the cover of Pokemon X version. Not Pokemon X version, because they dropped X version entirely. They're just calling it Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. But I say the deer buck thing's like cool looking, like the design, like how it's designed, like how its legs are white and black, which is so cool looking. I'd say it's alright. Kind of does look like a Fakemon to me, but I'd say it's still cool looking though, because it's like all legendary. Because I'd say it's probably like just what they did was legendary here so far in the 6th generation, and we only know like 2 of them. I'd say they're gonna be cool. Probably the coolest set of legendary Pokemon. They got that Kyogre Groudon feel to me. Like how Kyogre and Groudon had like the emblems on their body. I got a feeling it's going to be something similar to that. But now, it's probably, I'm going to talk about probably one of the coolest looking legendary Pokemon I've seen. I'm sorry, Zekrom. You are cool, but just the way this Y bird legendary will be on the cover of Pokemon Y looks, it's just so cool. Because first off, this flying Pokemon, it's like a flying Pokemon. It's like a bird, and it's like makes the letter Y. Where's the MCA? It's like red underbelly, which that looks cool looking. I'm just like, whenever I first seen it in the trailer, it's like, oh, that looks so cool looking. I want to play Pokemon Y first. Not because I played Pokemon Sapphire first. Not because I played Pokemon Pearl first. Not because I played Pokemon White first. It's because they got the coolest looking legendary. And yeah. Now on to what I have to say about the graphics. The graphics. This is what I've truly been waiting to see what they are going to do. It's almost like how when I knew that there was going to be Pikmin 3 coming to Wii U, I was like, that is going to be cool in HD. And yes, Pikmin 3 looks cool in HD, which I can't wait to get my copy this spring and play it. Which I need to be LPing the original Pikmin soon. Whenever I get a capture card, I will be definitely LPing that. But Pokemon full 3D models are cool. They look pretty cool. It's not on par scale as what XD Coliseum looks like, but it's got that charm. It's got the charm of the 3D. 3D looks like it's not that much Wind Waker style. It's not that much Skyward Sword like style. It's just perfect. It's like it's got the perfect feel of 3D. I just love the way it looks because it's great looking. It's great. It's so great looking. And now talking about the design area, the region. I want to talk about the region a little bit. From what it looks like, this is going to be based on Pokemon Fronts. Wee. I wonder if we're going to see Glass Joe cameo. Glass Joe. This is just imagine they make like the first gym leader Glass Joe. A Glass Joe first gym leader. Let's go. BAM! But yeah, it looks all French looking because there's like the Eiffel Tower and in the background. It looks cool. The region looks great. It's just the way the graphics look on the 3DS. It's a really good high step to black and white. Like, I'm excited for this more now. After actually seeing once I seen the cutscenes in black to white to in full 3D, I was like, that is cool looking. And then now seeing like what they did with 3DS, I'm even more pumped to see what they're going to do with cutscenes. Because we've seen cutscenes can be great. Besides that to say, just the 2D series going 3D in general, a big leap like that, I'd say that is a cool move. Something that Earthbound needs to do. Yes, if they ever make a Mother 4, they need to make it for the 3DS. Have 3D graphics. And don't shelf it like how it was done with Earthbound 64. Enough of that. The playable characters, kind of like just the 3D character models in general, they are cool looking. I'd say that. That's enough. And I've also been saying like, oh look, they're like no bikes, roller skates. Cause I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new kid. I got a brand new pair of roller skates. Yes, roller skates. That is cool. That is cool. It's a step higher than bicycles. Though I would kind of like a moped or something. A moped bike and a moped. Yeah, I don't rats and stuff and besides, that's enough for what I've seen like throughout of all what we've seen so far. So I forgot to do Finnegan and Froakie. Yeah, Froakie is the water type Pokemon star's name. I forgot to do their like what I think their voices are going to be like in the anime. Okay, here's Finnegan. Finnegan, 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 or something like that. But Froakie, this one is going to be cool. Froakie, 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 Froakie. Yes. But that's enough for right now. That's all the information we have right now at this moment pertaining to Pokemon X and Y. I'll have more about this, covering the rumors and stuff in the later future. If you would just put ideas like what you would like to see and stuff, like what you're hoping for in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, and I'll talk more about it. I'll talk more when we get more rumors, which should be about the time, about probably in just a few more days, because we're going to get Koro scans soon. And then once Koro is released, I will be breaking down the information we get from Koro. But I'm excited for this game, so look for it. Look for Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon X and Pokemon Y for the 3DS in October 3rd. October. Worldwide. That's the coolest part I liked about it, is that it's going to be worldwide. No waits, no nothing. Whenever one country gets it, we'll get it all. Just imagine like the release dates the exact same day in nationalities. Like if it's a Friday or Saturday Pokemon release, going it'll be cool. It's like they have it released on the same day at the same time. That'll be epic. And that's enough for now. This has been DaAuraWolf, and I will talk more Pokemon X and Y with y'all when more news comes. So bye. Torchic. I know everything.